Ibrah, we are over the time to stand.
Oh my. Okay. Sejjemba Ibrah.
Microphone check, Mansoor check, Ibrah check, rest 7 check, semi-final check.
Alright, make it on. Hard luck. Bastante luck so far, center table, semi-final soccer, Italian 0. Bwanika Mansoor. Nasema kwenda yokubiri wa Bwanika Wangaba Rashid, captain Uganda Training Pool, going to take God. Sabibu Sewugoze, former captain. Otherwise, I second junior at rest is fine. Don't forget. Mr. Council to check out the video. We're going to manage our own Ivana of Banga. Avana of Takapura. Hey, Mr. Samuchare. Hey, Okoisa, Oita, Kalemapo. No Kakamba, Kalemapo, again, you're Solomon. Yakoza, you put Asha. Ostegera, waneno kutauni sengi. Oya, waneno ku outmenta lena. Ostegera, wanowetuli. Otherwise, behavior. Jove Peter. Jove Peter, we must go to Mongokola.
Very good evening, everyone, depending on your time zone from wherever you're watching here. Where the stream is coming to, it is now the wee hours of Friday morning, a comp that started on Thursday evening, if not afternoon. Now this is one of the biggest matches ever that can ever happen. The biggest matches that can ever happen to Ugandan Pulu for all of the years, when it has always been Mansoor versus Ibrah. It has been a country catching a cold when these two amazing talents release. A rivalry that was born just before COVID, when these two became the best players in the country. One of them winning almost all the comps like this one, the other winning almost all the comps organized by the Police Station of Uganda, playing so many matches against each other in these comps, and then many times facing off in the final, and yes, also many times facing off in money matches. Bwanika Mansoor versus Ibrahim Sejjemba are now facing off at Ibrah's arena. He is down the boss by 1-0 in a race to 7 for a place to play in the final, where the winner shall take on either Habib or Dog City. That match is coming next. 1-0. Mansoor is in the lead against Ibrah. Racing to 7, and the match that is live on Break and Finish Live Facebook as well as Peter Cho Live YouTube. Thank you for watching. Live comment will proceeding shortly. The shot has been played with quality. It's just that if the cue ball is almost frozen against the cushion, there's a tempting shot where Ibrah could try and put black off red to the side pocket right. The idea is to play the black off the red, put it into the center pocket on the right. He just came short. He just came short. And so short. Potting the wrong ball, potting the cue ball. This could be Mansoor winning the second. For a free shot, is nominating to play the black. Actually plays the red with the intent to finish the frame. Cue ball resting in a position where he will be potting red and play the cue ball into a dead red. Playing it into open space, making it casual now to finish the frame. He looks to be set to reach the final of the comp for the first time in more than half a year. For most of the time he has not been in participation. This one will be him participating and announcing his back to near full fitness if he wins this match. Potting red to the center pocket, playing the cue ball into another red, playing it into space, the cue ball in a favorable position. Now having to put the last red to the corner pocket top left, drawing the cue ball slightly backwards. The pot of the black to the side pocket right is a formality. Pretty much for the first two frames, it is Mansoor at his very best and leads by 2 frames to nil. Mansoor and Ibrah, I've streamed just about 20 matches in which these two have taken on each other. Ibrah having the lion's share of the victories, must be 12-8. They faced off sometimes in money matches. One of the first money matches I streamed right at the peak of COVID in 2020. The first time that we ever played the rest of 21 here. It was between these two players at a venue that is called Three Sisters in Seguku town. Won by 21 frames to 20 by Ibrah. I remember that match lasting 7 hours. There was a rematch of action on the 1st of January 2021 at KB Pool Arena. A race to 16 it was, ending by 16 frames to 11, won by Mansoor. They faced off in another money match in 2023. It was organized at the venue that is called Kasba in Kampala. Another race to 21, played again for 6 hours, again ending 21 frames to 20, again won by Ibrahim Sejjemba. The last time out that they faced off, when it was a money match, a sponsored race, it was sponsored by Climax Bar in Kampala, with $500 to be taken by the winner and $200 to be taken by the losing player, with Climax reserving the rest of the bargain, like gate collection belonging to them, which I really commend for them. Rest to 21, that was won by 21 frames to 14 by Ibrah. The last time in a big comp that Mansoor defeated Ibrah was the end of year championship of the Pool Association of Uganda in 2023 on 30th of December. They faced off in the quarterfinals in a rest to 7, 6-6 at one time at the elapse of time. Mansoor winning in a penalty shootout that I also remember streaming on both of these platforms. But there are so many tournaments in between which have Ibrah taking the lion's share of the victories, of guys that have been there, done that, dominated Uganda and proved within themselves, until a time came in 2021, then a certain Mr. Caesar Chandiga coming in between them and then coming on top of them, and nowadays dominating them in matches when he plays with them, also in terms of statistics of competitions won with or without their involvement. But for many of the fans, they really like it when Mansoor and Ibrah take on each other, because it is a rivalry that is etched in stone. The killer, as Ibrah is nicknamed, should be winning a first for himself, rolling the last yellow on the table to the corner pocket, bottom left, cue ball slightly bouncing off the cushion, just in space. It will be natural, pretty much a natural white for black to the corner pocket, top left. Has to be a little bit careful with the power balance, also not to get himself snookered behind. Red bounces it off the cushions. It's okay. There goes frame number 3. After losing the first 2, Ibrah wins the third and pulls one back. It is Mansoor 2 and Ibrah 1. in a race to 7. Thank you for watching. Madam Violence, Spice Tebiansala asking if Ibrah is single. Go away. Wamsake Edward, you seem not to be happy with the network here on the Facebook stream. Wamkeke, I'm watching the same video which you are watching on Facebook. For me, it's okay, actually very okay. So there is probably an issue on your side. Now I can see a lot of cracking jokes between Spice Tebiansala and Rachel. Rachel, you need to be careful with that violent lady, eh? And yet you are violence yourself. If you two link up, there will be trouble in the comment section. Lucky Lewis, thank you for watching and appreciating the network on the YouTube stream. Namara Julie, thank you for watching. Gary Chibuta Jr. watching on the YouTube stream, also thank you for watching. Also help me predict who do you think will be winning this match. It is a race to 7. Coming up live next is going to be Habib versus Dog City, such that we have the shape of who will be participating in the final. That is also coming up later tonight, or will I say later this morning. Rachel saying, I must be tired, eh? I'm enjoying. I'm exactly where I want to be. I wouldn't wish to be in a nightclub or some of the places where you people are always I. Where I am is where I want to be. So don't worry about me. I am okay. The 48-man comp is still in the round of last 16, but it's 5 players into the quarterfinals. That is Mustafa Bwire, Innocent Tumushabe, Lawrence Sengonge Dangote, Herbert Mukesa, and Area Junior. Those are very competitive matches. It's just that they are not national team players, but they are very, very decent players and can take down any of these players who are taking part in this seniors comp anytime, any day. Thank you for watching. Swalen Sejjemba, good evening to you too. Richard Luchamuzi. Yes, Chichita. Now, Richard is a Ugandan living in Zambia. So, we had a sad story when we went to billiards. One of the Ugandan community living in Zambia, that is a pool player. He was called Dennis Ongomi. Sadly lost his son. So Richard did me a favor and took me to the home of Dennis. He drove me in his car just to pay my respects to my friend who had lost a kid who is pretty much my nephew. So when we were coming back, we were surrounded by police all of a sudden in an operation that I came to learn. It was called Chichita. If not for the Nyanja that Richard now knows how to speak, I was in trouble. because Zambian police don't joke a lot. But thank you for the memory, Richard. As well, thank you for watching. BK Omotokirivu. Of course, King watching from Barara and supporting Muto. Maraiza from Makansi, you're asking when the beast was still in China. Maraiza Gawe, you are bringing Caesar stuff, and yet it is Ibrah and Mansoor playing. Go. You are watching semi-final number 1, dear viewers. Ibrahim Sejjemba down by 2 frames to 1 against Nemesis, long-time rival Bwanika Mansoor in this race to 7 for a place in the final of a 16-man comp that is being held in order. It's being held as a grand opening of the Ultimate Killer Zone venue, jointly owned by Ibrah and Computer. Once again, the race is 7.
Bitano. Anina zensiwe zuwedewo. Ani zensiwe zuwedewo na eze nda sina wa. Ebi. DJ. Live band here yesterday. Mwabambidde mulina ekintu kimu mmwe. Tosobola kubeerawo ng'ebidongo biri awo nga tobyogera.
We've been having loud music. I hope the DJ will be disciplined enough. As disciplined as Mansoor is, now leading by 3 frames to 1. He needs to win 4. Ibrah needs to win 6 out of the remaining 9. Lots of loyalty in the game at the venue. Former treasurer of the Police Station of Uganda, former captain of the national team, is called Oscar. He's at the venue watching the action. Not so many times watching games, at least at the venue, but today he has graced the occasion with his presence. A few leaders within the game, about between 100 to 150, maybe 150 to 200 fans at the venue, seated and standing around the tables. It is 4 tables on which the action is. 3 of them having the non-elite players comp now. Only this one is having the elite players comp. I think up to the end after this match, it will be Habib versus Dog City. Thereafter, the winner of this match will be taking on the winner of the next match. That will be the final. Hopefully on the 3 tables, even the non-elite comp will have come to a close. So if the DJ finally decides to play loud music all through, I may have no option but to play on, to have the rest of the competition only on YouTube and with muted sound. 3 frames to 1 with the killer, as Ibrah is nicknamed, wanting to mount a comeback. Not the kind of defeat he would want inflicted if you were to lose the match. You don't want to lose against your rival. You don't want to lose when you are on your own home ground. He needs this big shot. The only yellow ball left on the table, wanting to put it to the corner pocket where it is, top right. Cue ball, I think, off the right cushion. Then he wants to move it backwards, off the right cushion, backwards and leftwards. This is pinpoint accuracy from the killer. The frame is gone. He's pulling one back. We have a match. We have competition. Ibrah 2, Mansoor 3, race to 7.
Your device. Noise cancellation. Now you're streaming and necessary kwa music I know about, but most people are full bagenza bachirika kana babeera tournament, they leave music for the duration of the games. Actually mu pool ekisooka ne ku games kwennyini nze yeetaaga concentrating then vibe ku gy'olonyambira vibe ya pool yeebeera ku mmeeza. People enjoy and nabbiya waba wakutambula atambula. It is class versus class. Also two guys that are so similar, they are so classy, they are just around the same age, they have been dominant for
a very long time, differently dominant. Ibrah having the lion's share in comparison to Mansoor of non-official comps. Mansoor having by far the lion's share of competitions outside of the Pole Association of Uganda calendar. Can't even believe that Ibrah has only 2 Pole Association of Uganda comps. The 2018 Christmas Cup and the 2022 end of year competition. That's all for Mansoor. He is on 8, standing head and shoulders above everybody else with 8 calendar events of the Pole Association of Uganda, stemming all the way back in 2018 when he won the car comp, the National Open Championship. Before the year ended, he won the Kampala Open Championship that year. Earlier in the year, he won the Grand Open Championship. That is 2020. When we went to COVID, no action for 2 years, he won the Grand Open again in 2022. When there was resumption of play, he won the King of the Table Championship later that year. He won the end of year championship in 2023 and then the National Open in 2024. The event where he is defending champion. 8 events. Only Sula Matovo and Tureje Jonah are close second with 7. The rest of the chasing pack are distant. 3rd, 4th, 5th, the likes of Amos on 5, Black Sheep on 4, Joseph Kasozi on 5, Ibrah only on 2. How good will Mansoor's cue ball be? That's if he pots. He pots. Cue ball also sufficient enough, but tricky. Him potting the last yellow on the table, also manipulating cue ball for black. Maybe pot yellow to the corner pocket top left with big backspin. Play the cue ball into the reds that are close to the black with intent to have the black in space. I think it's the best option. Play backspin, pot, cue ball into the reds close to the black. That is accuracy from the guy that is called the champ. The frame is gone. The killer is in danger of being killed. He's down. A tournament was organizing committee. He's part of a venue. He runs on a table he owns. Will not want to be taken down by his nemesis. That will hurt if it does happen. It's now 6 players into the quarterfinals of the non-elite comp. Habat Area, Mustafa Bwere Jackson Asiku, Innocent Tumushabe and Lawrence Sengonge Dangote. There are 2 matches happening as well in the round of last 16. Farouk versus Jonathan Twali, as well as Ramadan Sula taking on Bob Katerega. When those 2 matches are done, we shall have the quarterfinal lineup, and quarterfinals shall be starting with immediate effect. So there is still action ongoing up to maybe the next 2 hours or so. I think for the organizers, for the 16-man cup, I think race to 7 in relation to the fact that they have only 4 tables around. Race to 7 was a little bit too much for time management. But tomorrow, shall be a rest day. Then Saturday, it's going to be players, most especially those who qualified from the grand finale, from the countryside, from the rural part of the country, from distant places. They'll be traveling, then spending the day in the city, Kampala, and then Sunday, action after action after action. By this time, we shall have a winner. On that very night, I can confirm to you that 3 players so far, Hazard and Caesar and Kasozi, will be flying out of the country to Harare via Kenya to participate in the Patriarchs Invitational Ball Championship in celebration of the birth of Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa. They'll be having a double F competition in Harare with $6,000 for number 1, 4,000 for number 2, 2,000 for number 3, 1,000 for number 4, from number 5 to number 8, $500. No registration, no paying accommodation fees, no paying meals, all catered for. What these players need to do is simply to get themselves there. South Africa's Thami Jabavu, Harry Moldin, Jeremiah Naido, Aiden Joseph, all in participation. Zambia's Moses Mofia, Kelvin Fikoti, Royd Kabwe, Victor Sinyenza. Then 16 players, including all the cream from Zimbabwe, Tanzania's Abdallah Hussein and Saif Hamad, Malawi's Stanford Given Ginte. The 3 Ugandans I've just told you about, pending confirmation from Ibrah, not yet confirmed, and the computer not yet confirmed. But what is on the verge of being confirmed is that Ibrah is no. It's one of those matches where you get a feeling that you did your best, maybe your best may not have been good enough. The cue ball is touching the yellow. Ibrah has 0 sight of the black. His only chance is to try and find it off the cushion, maybe off the left cushion, maybe off the right, the top cushion. Finding the black and putting it at 2 different things, and yet what will work is not just finding it but potting it. Wants to curve the cue ball which is touching the yellow. That will be bizarre if he got it right. It was always going to be a foul. Lucky is Mansoor. Thank you for watching. Bliss Junior, Kasim Sola from Mondio in South Africa.
Chobit.
Sorry guys, we are struggling with the music. If it is very audible from where you're watching, please inform me in the comment section. If it is very audible to the extent that you can even identify the song playing in the background, it will be too risky for the streaming platform, such that I can only go on with mute audio. Otherwise, too much music is not the streamer's paradise. 4 frames to 2. Sorry, 5 frames to 2. I want to beg your pardon. 5 frames to 2, with Mansoor leading against Ibrah in this race. To 7, with Mansoor needing to win 2, Ibrah needing to win 5. And if the 2 Mansoor needs, maybe one of them is on the verge of being secured. For whatever reason, his game is coming through as the tournament is growing older. For this match, I am seeing the best of Mansoor that I know. This is the guy with the left hand that dominated Ugandan pool a lot between 2018 up to just around 2022. Then came Sejjemba. Mansoor remained very competitive as well. It's just that there came this guy that was so dominant, both locally and internationally. There he goes, leaving the cue ball in a very favorable position for him to put the yellow, which is in the red, which is in between black and those 2 yellows, perhaps with backspin. And not just spinning the cue ball backwards, but also guiding it in left direction, leaving a relatively fine cut between white and red. It is portable, though he doesn't look very contented with this shot. It is portable to the corner pocket, bottom left. The cue ball will naturally move towards the bottom end of the table where there is the black. However, maintaining the cue ball for him to put black maybe to the center pocket is something different altogether. He needs a lot of concentration. He misses the shot. Almost. He will be missing the frame. He knows it, even with his body language, that with that miss of the pot, he misses the frame. Chance for the killer to pull one back. He must start winning. He must win this one. Don't let Mansoor win 6. Don't let him to need 1 out of 5. One more snooker from Ibrah, hopefully for him, win the frame and start a comeback that will take him to the final. But first has to do it. And thank you guys for keeping me all of this company. It is way past midnight East African time. Still close to 700 people watching pool live. That really humbles me, and it is very encouraging. Although I don't feel it right that the game should be going on up to this late, it is at the end of the day what it is. There is a foul. There is the big chance for Ibrah to win this frame. Hopefully for him start to mount a comeback. Mansoor concedes. Maybe he didn't want to have enough of looking at Ibrah finishing the frame. He has told him you win this. Let's wait for another. Mansoor 5 and Ibrah 3. He also needs a good break. He needs to make a ball. The break seems dry. A dry break by Ibrah. That looks quite worrying. You get a feeling Mansoor will want a way to pot a red, make a red. The Reds look better positioned. He's never ever won a comp this year. He last won a comp right at the end of last year, the end of year championship that was organized in the city of Mbarara. This year he has largely been missing in action. The few comps that he has played, he has been losing in the early rounds. In the city of Mbarara just 2 days ago, he reached the round of last 8, which was semi-final on his side of the draw in one of his lives. Signs that he was improving slowly by slowly. If he wins this match, which he could, then he will be making a final for the very first time in a very long while. Oh, I want to beg your pardon. He reached one final very early in there, but still lost it. But has played about maybe 8, maybe 10 tournaments this year. Most of them, he has been a big underperformer. In fact, he has been a first round victim. Most of the time, he has been trying to play again. He has also had all of the hurdles that you can ever have when you are a star player during the year. Some of his management has evaded him. Some of his fans have evaded him. They have been angry with him for missing out in competitions until he found Mr. Eddie Chico, a journalist with the Daily Monitor in Uganda, nowadays giving him some good care, ensuring that he remains participating, that he remains training, that he remains believing in himself. There is no doubt in his talent. That left hand can shock, can hurt anybody. With now 4 reds on the table, his intention is to win the frame and win it by red apple.
Come on, Captain. You can do better. You can do better, my nigga.
Still 5 frames to 3, with a chance for Ibrah to play after failure to clear the Reds frame by Mansoor. Ibrah does have a very tricky yellows frame. There he goes, not spot on with his cue ball. Looking as though he wants to play safe, play yellow into yellow, move one of the yellows right behind Mansoor's red. Make it very difficult for Mansoor to pot and finish the frame. I think he achieved almost exactly what he wanted, however. There is still some space enough to pass the cue ball for Mansoor to pot the red at the corner pocket top left. A little difficult to manipulate the cue ball with ease because of the presence of that yellow behind the red, which affects the movement of the cue ball, especially after being played into the red. He recovers from what Ibrah just played. For Ibrah, the intention was to make it unlikely, if not impossible, for Mansoor to play the red and put it with ease, which Mansoor has played. Has also avoided any contact between cue ball and yellow. Now the red, I think close to black, is portable to the side pocket left. And it's more or less puts him on the verge of winning the ongoing frame. He almost came close to fouling by red not reaching the cushion, later on being potted. Again, another unforced error from Mansoor. He will want some kind of defense. Maybe have the cue ball slide off the red, just the little side of the red that he has. And then cue ball remains a little behind the red. Goes for the bank instead. But at the moment he got himself snookered partially. It was almost obvious that he was never going to put, that he was on the verge of losing the ongoing frame as well. And this one will be disappointing for Mansoor, very encouraging for Ibrah. It's exactly what he needs, chances like this, and for him to utilize them to the fullest. Most likely he will. There is a match that has been ongoing for 2 hours between Ramadan Sula and Bob Katerega. I don't even know the scores. Those two are a huge reason as to why we may remain awake for the next 2 hours, waiting for them to get done such that we get a pair in the round of last 8, their side of the chart. After this, it will be Dog City versus Habib. After that, we shall have a final. After then, you shall have a good night. 5 yellows for Ibrah, taking his time, simply wanting to make sure he goes for safety. All right, it's understandable, though a little bit suspect. Mansoor now being tempted to curve the cue ball a little round the yellow in order to find the red. Ibrah just looks on to be sure his snooker the opponent totally. Seems they agree, the two, that it's a total snooker. How good will the swerve of the cue ball be? Not successful whatsoever. Foul. That was so reckless from Ibrah. These are big boys. Every time they aim, however easy it may seem, they have to take their time. They have to make sure they have to release the hand into the cue ball when absolutely sure you don't miss a ball that easy against a player this good in a match with such a consequence. Guilty as accused. Ibrah loses frame number 9. It is now Mansoor 6 and Ibrah 3. 2 minutes time out for Mansoor. So the stream remains on, but commentary will resume upon resumption of play.
Mumveko. Onagala zanya nani? Omala. Ali Omala. Totia.
Omala ali mu primo 8.
Osudde bbiri.
Ali mu primo 8.
Uliza. Bano bagana. Omala bashima 8. N'omunaana oguddako. Bano bali kunamba. Bawaka. Bawagamba. Olaba. Omunaana Kudda kusoma kusobola okuwangala okolona.
Ogwawedde.
Okugula ko tuliko. Okugula ko kuba mezemizo bingi.
Atademu Omala. Atademu Omala.
Atademu Omala. Atademu ne ship.
Tudawuti ngoma.
Nze ndaga manzi. Omala.
Musomedde abazanyi abalala bataano. Musomedde Dodo. Musomera Ian. Buli kuwedde. Wana abalanze mugadde wayiramu tumwongera abalala bataano abayitamu Odongo, Abibu, Glorious, Kiani, Odongo. Tuweyo. Tumulekera tumuleka mutujja mulino nanano diwani
waliona azanya buzanyo ngola ekiwanga azanya buzanyo
Wamane usibu wama Peter. Peter, kati ono nange kwate musawo. Wama kyabaita commitment
bwe kiba
sobola wajasiyamu
nayo nenkola
sina musente.
Taka omutwalo.
Nenda kanipita. Nakugamba dda uliriza. Namuga yate mutawani we Lawrence. Ono namugamba yate mutawani we Lawrence. Ono wali alina match. Anonyomala bundi bise kasaja kana anonyomala buli yakane kwa disa bise baruza sura commitment yabadde wano lachitali orden kana akade obovuma onyizo olwo abasija batugendera naye lokwe yabula bagala tujomala bagala mucha mukikolo mubaba ayagala kudewa bagala muteeka ayine bikolo mungu bimeka musinga n'ebikolo mungu ayina kumpi omwenene era endejje yankaaga waliwenda wachapata hizo mtipa nina akakadde uyo bize mwiso mugayambuda yona musinga kumpi ayina akamwekitu oyina ekyokunekkenya omwana yava musukulu baagala musukkulumya kikolomonga tumujjayo tumujjayo mu kikolomonga ono yamujjayo yezi wamusika mujjayo chobe kakubulirako sokoyogerere ekikolomongo kino kipita tumulemeza bamuwanika nalowooza bwajja kumeza bamuwanika bawanika omwana yabayo nerepresentinga ngaomusesa netanaba kukuba waliwo
There's an ongoing war of words here between Mark Wotang Mochibi and the management of Moses Somara. You see, these matches, these rivalries are born in this war of words. So don't be surprised if you see a poster anytime soon between Mark, the guy that finished 4th at Timbakso, and Moses Omara. And then tomorrow, there could be a money match between Arnold and Black Sheep. That is all action that should come before the grand finale. For Moses Omara and Mark, it will most likely happen after the grand finale. But for Sheep and Arnold, it is so ripe. They want to play each other almost now. But of course, it's too late. They'll be playing tomorrow. And they are agreeing to play at Roxbury for $600 US, racing to 15. Now, troubled Ibrah is having the task of winning 4 frames in a row on his own home table, own home turf, own home fans. You don't want it to be having that kind of humiliation. He's been off the table. He's one guy that everybody, including myself, really wanted to see how he'll be playing in this one, just to see the justification for him missing in action for close to a month, keeping himself off the table. Hopefully he was training enough. I have to say that if the duration of this match so far is anything to go by, not all that. With the t-shirt with the caption, made to shoot with the purpose, has to shoot this shot with the purpose. The purpose to pot a ball, the purpose to manipulate the cue ball well, the purpose to win the frame, the purpose to remain alive in the match. He will now have to pot yellow to the side pocket left. The cue ball naturally is played into the red. No guarantee that it will rest anywhere favorable for him. There we are. I think the yellow can pass into the side pocket left, the same pocket that he has just potted the previous yellow. In the end of the day, it was actually a very good shot he played last, having the cue ball slide a little off the red and leaving it in the exact position he would have wanted, even though the red weren't there. And black is sunk, and the killer wins frame number 10. It is now Mansoor 6 and Ibrah for 3 frames to go. Ibrah still needs to win them all. Mansoor needs to win 1. Once again, Ibrah 6, Mansoor 4, race to 7. That seems to have been a very, very, very critical ball for Mansoor. And more critically, it could be the case of Ibrah having played his very last in this match. Wanting to pot now the 2 yellows, one played into another. He will want to pot both of them to the same corner pocket bottom right. Not in the same shot though. It works out. He seemed not to be happy with himself. He didn't intend to have the combination to play both and put them in the same shot. In the end of the day, the cue ball was played into one of Ibrah's red and works out for Mansoor because he can still pot black to the side pocket left. If he does pot it, it will be his winning shot of the match. It will be him reaching the final of an open comp for the very first time in a very long while, and he wins. Look at the celebration, how satisfied he is. How happy can you be after taking down one of your greatest rivals in the game? Congratulations from Ibrah are in order. I love the sportsmanship. Final score, Ibrah 4, Mansoor 7. The killer is out. The champ progresses to the final. Coming up next is going to be Habib versus Dog City.